Hi, everybody. We have a here from Live for Afford. This is of the first SafeMoon bankruptcy hearing. I'm only going to be playing about 10 minutes of this. You guys can find the link down in the description below if you want to listen to the full thing. I have a cold, probably tell by the sound of my voice, so I'm not feeling too hot. Let's go ahead and dive right on into this.
The United States Bankruptcy Court for the District of Utah, the Honorable Joel T. Marco presiding, is now in session. God save the United States of America and this honorable court.
Good afternoon. We've got one matter on the calendar in the SafeMoon US LLC Chapter 7 case, 23-25749. Could I get appearances, please, starting with debtor's counsel, then the chapter trustee, and then the U.S. trustee.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mark Rose appearing on behalf of the debtor, SafeMoon US LLC. Also present for the debtor is Melissa Root from Jenner & Block.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ellen Ostro, Chapter 7 trustee.
This is Melinda Wilden for the United States trustee.
All right, and Mr. Conway?
Yes, Your Honor. Dean Conway for the United States Securities and Exchange Commission.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to make an appearance?
Yes, Your Honor. This is Sean Masson, and I represent lead plaintiffs in the PSLRA federal securities case, Combs v. SafeMoon.
All right, and your last name again? Sorry.
Masson, M-A-S-S-O-N.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Orange Life.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Therese Scheuer, also from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission.
Go ahead, sir.
And Your Honor, Orange Life, also on behalf of the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Got it. All right, this case was filed last Thursday. It's a Chapter 7 case. There are pending actions, a class action pending in the United States District Court for the District of Utah, and then an SEC enforcement action in the Eastern District of New York. I've taken a look at the dockets in those two cases. And before we get to your motion, Ms. Ostro, I want to ask Mr. Conway for his view on what's going on with this case.
Your Honor, our case is pending before the district court. We have not received any responsive pleadings yet. Those deadlines are coming up. SafeMoon US LLC agreed to waive service, and their responsive pleading is due, I don't have the date in front of me, but sometime in January.
And have you had a chance to discuss the interaction between your case and this Chapter 7 case with Ms. Ostro?
No, Your Honor, and if it's okay with you, I'm going to defer to our bankruptcy counsel, who can address those type of issues.
Which is who?
Good afternoon.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor, again for the record, Therese Scheuer for the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Your Honor, we have reached out to Ms. Ostro earlier this afternoon, but have not yet had a chance to speak with her. We do have a few questions, and anticipate speaking with her later in the week.
All right. Well, Ms. Ostro, why don't you tell me, you're new on the job, but I don't have any statements or schedules to look at. Tell me what you know.
Thank you, Your Honor. So I got on the phone with debtor's counsel. There's also debtor's counsel, chief restructuring officer, M3 Partners, that prior to the filing had, I believe, attempted to market the debtor, what assets he had to potentially sell and reorganize either potentially through a Chapter 11. That did not work out, and they filed the Chapter 7. We understand that that SafeMoon US LLC is owned by Ronin Crypto Group LC, and there are other affiliates, but that most of the money any money that was generated from SafeMoon US LLC. Based on that understanding, there are assets that are sitting in at least 2 bank accounts that we are working with those banks, and that the debtor had previously tried to work with to get that money into the SafeMoon US LLC, and we'll be working to get those into the estate. I believe that's about $3 million, Your Honor, that would come back in. We also understand we acted quickly, Your Honor, upon the filing to preserve the assets. As I mentioned, M3 spoke with us. One of the concerns that we had was certain liquidity pools that the debtors control. And there was a concern about having essentially, I believe that the crypto link would be a rug pull, but that is essentially a run on the bank, Your Honor. So we have acted with the help of the employees that are the subject of the motion, or in part the subject of the motion, we're able to lock those liquidity pools down until we figure out how we're going to move forward, Your Honor. So with the employees' assistance, we were able to, after extensive negotiations, secure those assets. There was also some IP deadlines coming up, Your Honor, that we won today that I think that we've met. There were some in January. We have reached out to the SEC. The debtors have put us in contact with counsel that's made an appearance here, and we're scheduling those calls. We'll also be speaking with the class action plaintiffs. We've also received communications from different participants as far as the cryptocurrency aspect of this, Your Honor. But I'm working hard to get a full understanding of everything while preserving the assets of the state creditors. I also understand that statements and schedules will be filed within the 14 days, Your Honor. I believe there was some that Jenna Block and Mr. Rose is working with M3 to get those on file. May need some additional information from the employees, and I think that this motion, Your Honor, that's pending before you will help get that across the finish line, and that those should be coming through shortly. That's what we understand so far. I have been speaking with one of my partners at Foley that is an expert in cryptocurrency to help understand what are the actual assets of this estate and who the potential creditors may be. So that's what we know so far, Your Honor.
All right. Tell me about the employees. I noted you didn't want to disclose their identity, but how many and where are they?
There are 9 employees that we've identified. The ones that are subject to the motion are 7 employees that have agreed to the proposed terms. They are everywhere. Some are in Hawaii, some are in Canada. One is in Hawaii, one is in Canada. I don't want to go into additional specifics, Your Honor, just because of the concern that they raised, which I've also raised with the U.S. trustee about there have been negative comments, some threats, other things that have raised this concern with the employees that their identities remain private. But again, those names have been shared with the U.S. trustee, Your Honor, and the amounts that are proposed to be paid. And the amounts that are proposed, Your Honor, are under the priority cap of $15,150, and monthly pay will be as it is what was pre-petition, with the ability that the employees understand there is no commitment. So we could let any of those 9 employees go within the next 3 days or negotiate continued service. And one other, I will let you know too, Your Honor, in those negotiations, which were extensive, my understanding from the N3 partners, the chief restructuring officer, these are key employees that will help us with identifying assets, preserving them, and getting additional information.
Is there a physical presence for this company?
There is an office that is registered in Miami, but I believe that it is a Utah LLC, that there is no physical actual presence here. And my understanding, I'm still trying to understand what that office in Miami is. And that is the extent of a physical presence, Your Honor.
Well, there was an address listed in Utah County. What's that?
I do not know that off.
And alrighty, that is just a little bit over 10 minutes. Again, I apologize. I'm sick and I'm doing the best that I can to keep you guys updated on things. And you can check out the full video, the link down in the description below. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. Double shout out thank you to We Love, Victor Vegas, Osmoon X for being higher level patrons. Thank you to my YouTube members for your support as well. God bless, and we'll see you in the next episode.